we still kiss.
Yeah, like
right?
pics. There are some things that make you tempted, like just looking at him and you're like, haha, I wish. Haha. Hi guys, I'm Ash.
And I'm Evan.
And you are welcome to our YouTube channel. If you're new, please subscribe because we have lots of new content coming. And today we are having something interesting.
Very interesting. We're going to answer another question you guys had. Why did you stop French kissing and decide to wait till marriage? So,
yeah, guys, it's not that we are saying you should stop or judging or what, but something you need to know is we are a Christian couple and we believe in the context, is it a context of sex in marriage? And so if you're trying to wait till marriage, there are some things you have, to stop if you feel like it's tempting you to do, maybe to have sex or something like that.
and if you don't believe in the idea of marriage, or if you don't believe in the idea of sex, waiting for sex until marriage, my recommendation is the book The Meaning of Marriage by Tim Keller. I feel like it's very informative on a Christian perspective of why that's important.
Yeah, and I know that some Christian couples, some of you are watching and you're like, yeah, why did they stop or something like that. We are not saying that you guys should stop, no. If you feel like it doesn't tempt you, then it is okay, why stop? But for us, we stopped mainly because it tempted us, actually tempted me.
Yeah, and we're not telling you what to do. This is just us speaking from our perspective about what works for us. So we can dive into that a little bit. So we were French kissing before, but for me, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't really tempt me too much. It was more of her that expressed that was something hard for her.
Yeah, everyone has that thing that tempts them. So guys, for me, every time I kissed him, I felt like, yeah. And guys, for you who know me in real life, I was this girl who wasn't a Christian, but then I decided, like when God called me, when I decided to be like a true Christian, that's when I started believing in that context of sex till marriage, sex in marriage. And so it's not that I've never done it, I've never done what I've ever, but then everything changed when I decided to be a Christian. So some of you might comment like, are you serious? But yeah, everything changed immediately when I became a Christian. So yeah, we were kissing before, but because it was tempting on my side, I decided, like we sat down and talked about it actually several times, but at some point we used to do it again, but then with time we were like, no, we just sat, prayed about it, and yeah,
so we decided to not stop kissing altogether. We still kiss,
like pics.
But nothing that lasts very long, and that worked for us. That didn't tempt us. And again, don't take this as a rule for you. If you're a Christian and you're in a relationship, this isn't us telling you that you should stop French kissing, because maybe that's something that doesn't tempt you, but then there's something else that we do that might tempt you. So you have to figure out what works for both of you. If you're in a relationship, you should just take the time to have that conversation about what works for you. So that's our only piece of advice.
Yeah, so if you're there like right now and you're watching this and you feel like there is something tempting you, but you fear telling your partner, it's time. Just call him, hi babe, or something. You call him and say, I need to tell you something. You sit and talk about it. I'm sure they will listen. Yeah, no matter how it's sometimes hard, it's actually hard, but you just have to understand each other, listen, and that's how it goes.
Yeah, and again, this isn't us trying to convince you that sex should be within marriage, but we're trying to avoid anything that causes us to feel tempted to have sex right now. So that's where we're coming from.
That's why we stopped like French kissing.
Yeah, and so we'll go into more detail in another video about boundaries for Christian dating from our perspective.
Yeah, guys, there are very many boundaries that we have. It's not that it's just kissing. There are very many things that we stopped. They might not be very many, but there are more boundaries. And we shall be talking about Christian dating boundaries in our next video. Yeah. So guys, I think I can dig in to my past.
Juicy information.
Yeah. I know there are some guys here who know me and they're like, is this the Rita we know? Yeah. Guys, the truth is I was this girl who was, I can't say jumpy, but I was too much into earthly things, like materialistic. That's one of them, like thinking more about money, not minding about God who gives the money. And remember, if you have that money at any time it goes, if it's not something from like God. And yeah, it's true, I had sex a lot, sometimes just doing it to please like my partner. I had a boyfriend, and I used just to do it, not that I really want, but most of the times just to keep my relationship safe, not knowing that there are guys outside there who are willing to wait with you. And I think that is cool, guys. It's perfect, like so perfect. Yeah, so I had wanted to be a Christian most of the times, but I used to even tell my boyfriend, I'm sorry if you're watching, but I'm just telling the truth. I used like to tell him, can we pray? And he's like, so you're acting like you now know God, stuff like that. But I really had wanted to be a Christian for a long time because I lived a life that I never really wanted. But I always felt like, why did I do that? Why did I do that? God has been with me, like has been there for me, but I still disappoint him, stuff like that. And I always wanted to wait. I saw upon the living God. I had wanted to wait until marriage, but I had never found that perfect person that is willing to wait for me. Because I'm not talking about like Ugandan men, but you guys, if you're watching and you're Ugandan girls especially, you know how it is. You date a boy, even actually they don't even date you, you kind of feel like you like him, and if he sees that, he already wants to sleep with you, and he'll be like, can we meet? Ojadi kunda wako, onda wako di. You know what I'm talking about. So after being a Christian, that's when I met him. I'll talk about everything in the next boundaries, like when I met him, what he used to tell me, and I'm like, what? Are you serious? And so yeah, with time, when we met, I realized that he's this guy who wants to wait till marriage. And to be honest, I thank God every night for him, because he changed like a lot about me. He changed a lot of my thoughts about men. Nice to say men are like that, like this. And I know there are many guys who will be like, how do you know he doesn't do it with other girls? Because some of you tell me that every day. But I believe in him, I trust him, and yeah, I'm glad I have someone I am chasing God with, someone that chases God with me. And here he is. Like, yeah guys, I'm serious. That is how it went. So we sat down after dating, and we're like, we are not going to do this and that, but sometimes we were like tempted and we did it. But with time we realized that our relationship is not a relationship of just sinning every time and running out to God. We still sin, I know, but I never wanted the sin to be a reason for our relationship break. Is it something like that? I never wanted like a sexual sin, lust, to be the end of our relationship. So I thought about it a lot, and every time we like kissed and went somewhere far, he also never felt like good. You would see him thinking a lot, and I would also be like, why did I do that? Something like that. And so with time we were like, let's be strong, let's be hard on sin, like let's be hard and fight this. And so yeah, we've spent like now a month, and you know, it worked for us. I can't say we don't get tempted, because there are some things that make you tempted, like just looking at him and you're like, haha, I wish, haha. But at the end, it's, you don't like get too much closer to him, because that is the biggest way people get tempted. Yeah, so guys, that is it for me. I'm glad that I met someone who wants to wait. I'm glad that I met someone who reminds me of God each and every day. I'm glad that I met someone who, yes, loves me, but he loves God more than me, and he teaches me that every day. God is like the person, okay, not a person, but he's the one we should love most. We shouldn't say, I love you more than anything. No, I love God more than him, but then I love him because God is the reason why we met. I mean, he connected us, and I'm glad. I think I've talked a lot, but yeah, that's it, guys.
So thanks for listening to our perspective, and let us know your thoughts and your perspectives in the comments.
Yeah,
We'll try to reply to you.
Yeah, and we shall be posting our Christian boundaries, and in those boundaries we shall still talk about us. We are not going to talk about other people, because every Christian couple set their boundaries, like the boundaries they feel like work for them, and so we shall talk about what works for us, and we shall be talking about us, not asking you to stop whatever you're doing and do what we do. No, we are just telling you about us, so don't judge us. Don't feel like we are judging you. We are just telling you about us.
Yeah, so thanks again. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Peace.